Hello, this is News Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studios in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, SERAP sues federal government, Minister of Information and Culture over a directive to all broadcast stations to suspend the use of Twitter. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission probes OGUN Assembly over alleged financial misappropriation. Nigerian Economic Summit Group warns that Nigeria's insecurity situation may suppress food production. ECOWAS keeps Mali suspended despite having civilian prime minister. Thanks for joining us, and here are stories making headlines this hour. I'm Michael Nath. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has sued the federal government and the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, at the Federal High Court in Abuja over the directive to all broadcast stations in the country to suspend the use of Twitter. The National Broadcasting Commission had given the directive following the suspension of Twitter operations in Nigeria by the federal government over alleged use of the platform for activities the government said were capable of undermining the existence of Nigeria. And a suit filed on behalf of SERAP by its lawyers, Kolawale Oluwadare, Kehinde Oyewumi, and Peyemi Awolabi. The body urged the court to stop the federal government and Mohammed from using their patently unlawful directive to all TV and radio stations not to use Twitter and to delete their accounts as a pretext to harass, intimidate, suspend or impose criminal punishment on journalists and broadcast stations simply for using social media platforms. The group sought an order restraining the government of the President Muhammad Buhari-led administration, the NBC, and Mohammed and any other persons from censoring, regulating, licensing, and controlling the social media operations and contents by broadcast stations and activities of social media service providers in Nigeria. KEBBI State has shut down 7 schools considered unsafe following the recent abduction of students and teachers of Federal Government College, Birmin Yauri, by bandits. Chairman KEBBI chapter of the National Union of Teachers, Issa Azika, said the schools are in the vulnerable areas of the state and believed to be soft targets of bandits. He noted the move was a proactive measure to further prevent recurrence of FGC Birmin Yauri's incident. Azika said the state government had directed all principals to close any school considered not safe. On the recent abduction of FGC Birmin Yauri, Azika said the bandits have contacted parents and families of the students, but no ransom has been demanded. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has urged the federal government to expeditiously complete the abandoned East-West Road because of its economic importance. Wike said the neglect of the East-West Road, particularly the LMA axis, where the oil and gas free trade zone, Port Harcourt Refinery and One Seaport are situated, is unacceptable.
The All Progressive Congress to please fulfill promises they made to Nigerians, fulfill promises they made to Rivers State. It's unfortunate. Look at the East-West Road. The part of it has almost collapsed. The money comes from where? The money comes from us. Is it not true? The kind of treatment we are receiving from federal government is unacceptable. Let me call the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta, my brother, my friend, Goswell Abadio, to please, who has always said that the federal government under the Buhari administration has done the people of Niger Delta a very good deal. Come and see this and also add it as part of the good deal. The APC government told us when they come to government, they will make sure that there will be employment. Is there any employment? Have you all been employed? They are telling us that when they come, all the seaports will work. Is it working now? Is it working? We have the minister, we have MPA, we have ONE. Instead of them to make it to work optimally, they are going to other areas. If ONE port work optimally, will it not employ our children? Will it not employ our children very well? We are tired of these promises. We want action. Don't be so. We want action. Rivers State is not part of secessionism. Rivers State believes in the unity of this country. But everybody must have equal opportunity for what happens, for what we share in this country.
Gubernatorial aspirants under the umbrella of All Progressives Congress, MOGAJI TEGBE, has identified value reorientation as a solution to gang war. He said this when he saw Ayinla, a film by cinematographer Tunde Kelani on the life and music of late Ayinla Omowura. TEGBE, who is chairman of the Center for Management Development, commended Kelani for using cinematography to correct social ills as done in Ayinla.
To be honest, value reorientation is extremely important. And again, some of the things we've been preaching, which is basically taking people out to this kind of things where they go back to understand our real value systems. And then I think we need to re-energize and revitalize the vocational stuff to actually get our people more gainfully employed. How do you wake up overnight? You start to position somebody who is not even known in the battle. Talk less, not known in Oyo. He says it's number 2, number 3. I've been in this race since 2018. Go to Ogun, there's nowhere you go in Ogun. There's nowhere you go in the Barapa. There's nowhere you go in Ogumosho. There's nowhere you go in this Ibadan. You know, they see, even in that article, they were still talking about not an Ibadan man. How can you say a MOGAJI is not an Ibadan man? You understand? Those are, you know, they should change their strategy.
As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the year 2021 International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence and Conflicts, a call has gone out to female students across the country to always speak out against sexual violence. The call was made by the National President of National Female Students Association of Nigeria, Comrade Mary Adetiba. While addressing journalists in Ado-Ekiti, she said the organization has observed with regret the recent upsurge in these cases of sexual abuse in Nigerian campuses.
Periodically, and that is what makes me to be the as a concerned female student body in solidarity with the United Nations condemned and called for the end of conflict-related sexual violence, including rape, sexual slavery, enforcement prostitution, forced pregnancy, and enforced sterilization. We call for more support to victims, survivors, and those committed to fighting to end this destructive crime against our humanity. NIFSAN, in the next 4 months, will embark on a massive project to raise awareness for the need to put an end to conflict-related sexual violence, to honor the victims and survivors of sexual violence.
The professor of the development psychology at the University of Ibadan, Grace Adejuwon, has advised President Muhammadu Buhari to adopt a non-violent approach to solve the increasing wave of youth violence across the country. Professor Adejuwon said this while delivering the 494th University of Ibadan inaugural lecture entitled, Where Art Thou?
The children can be brought up to become functional adults in society. And of course, when children are brought up to become functional in society, it means society will produce adults who will be responsible, adults who will contribute to national development, adults who will also be able to raise children that also contribute to national development. Now, the point we've seen here today is that society should be alive to its responsibility in taking care of the children.
From year to year, parental neglect of their duties. Child rearing is weak, and And it is because the old mothers, they are not allowed to participate, to help the young mothers. And the young mothers don't know what to do. In our society today, we have the prevalence of nuclear families as against what we used to have, the extended family system.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has begun the probe of Ogun State House of Assembly over alleged financial misappropriation. According to reports, the anti-graft agency had written to the Assembly asking for information on all budget appropriations and allocations to the House from May the 30th, 2015 to date. The Speaker, Olakunle Olumo, confirmed this on Sunday while featuring on a radio program. Olumo disclosed this while responding to a question from one of the listeners on whether it was true that EFCC was about to probe the State Assembly. The Speaker replied in the affirmative, saying the EFCC letter was received during the recent parliamentary workers' strike. He, however, hinted that the EFCC's move might be as a result of a petition from a member of the House of Assembly. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board is attributing the drop in the revenue it generated from the sale of forms for 2021 Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examinations and Direct Entry Examinations to the introduction of the National Identification Number requirement into the registration process. JAMB is of the position that the NIN requirement made it impossible for some prospective candidates to register, leading to the reduction in number of registered candidates and the proceeds generated from sales of forms. The board's Director of Press and Public Relations, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, disclosed this on Sunday. When asked what was responsible for the drop in the revenue generated from the forms, Benjamin said last year, we had over 2 million candidates who registered for the examinations, both the UTME and DE. But this year, we are talking about between 1.3 million and 1.4 million. We know factors such as the introduction of the NIN to the registration process were responsible. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, says that 2 million kilograms of assorted illicit drugs have been seized from January to May the 21st. Chairman of the agency, Mohammed Marwa, disclosed this on Monday while addressing journalists in Abuja, the nation's capital, ahead of the 2021 World Drug Day scheduled for June the 26th. He explained that within the same period, 2,180 arrests have been made by the agency, including 5 during barons, while 2,100 drug cases have been filed in court, out of which over 500 convictions have been recorded and 1,549 cases are still pending. These achievements, Marwa said, were recorded following the launch of the agency's offensive action against drug cartels across the country 5 months ago. Marwa also disclosed that a new trend in drug abuse has emerged in Kogi State, where young people engage in smoking a local substance called lukbe, which looks like marijuana. According to him, drug abuse contributes largely to insecurity, violent extremism, among other acts. We'll take a break now and come back here on News Now with more stories. Stay with us.
farm fruit. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447. 08035644436 07066638213. Banga fresh palm.
You're watching news now here on iBrandTV Lagos. African news now. West African states said on Saturday they will carry on monitoring events in Mali following a coup before lifting its suspension from a regional bloc. Bamako has announced a new civilian government and promised to adhere to a roadmap to elections early next year after the coup in May led by Colonel Assimi Goïta. He had already led a coup last August with other army officers to oust elected President Ibrahim Boubacar and Keïta after weeks of mass protests over corruption and the long-running jihadist conflict. The 15-nation economic community of West African states, ECOWAS, has suspended Mali and imposed sanctions following the second push. Now, ECOWAS Commission Chief Jean-Claude Cassi Bro told reporters after an ECOWAS summit in Ghana's capital Accra that heads of state decided more monitoring was needed before lifting Mali's suspension. The UN rights chief said on Monday she was deeply disturbed by reports of continued violations, including executions in Ethiopia's TEGBE region, and added that a long-awaited joint investigation should be ready by August. Michelle Bachelet said abuses had been committed by all sides in the conflicts in the northern region and that there were credible reports. Eritrean soldiers were still there despite a promise to leave. Now, there was no immediate comment from the Ethiopian or Eritrean delegations at the UN Human Rights Council that Bachelet was addressing in Geneva. Ethiopia's government has said it would hold those who commit abuses to account and that more than 50 soldiers are on trial for either rape or killing civilians in Tigray. Foreign news now. The Kremlin on Monday said a constructive summit between President Vladimir Putin and his U.S. counterpart Joe Biden last week had not stopped Washington from trying to contain Russia and that having pragmatic relations was most important. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told CNN on Sunday the United States was preparing another package of sanctions related to the use of chemical agent against one of their citizens on Russia's soil. Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny was flown to Germany in August last year after being poisoned with what German doctors said was the Soviet-era military-grade nerve agent Novichok. Russian authorities have repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. President-elect Ibrahim Raisi has said on Monday Iran's foreign policy priority would be improving ties with Gulf Arab neighbors, while calling on regional rival Saudi Arabia to halt its intervention in Yemen immediately. Raisi, 60, a hardliner and a strident critic of the West, will take over from pragmatists Hassan Rouhani in August as Iran seeks to salvage the tattered nuclear deal and be rid of punishing U.S. sanctions that have crippled Iran's economy. Raisi said Iranian foreign policy would not be limited to the nuclear deal. According to him, his government's priority would be improving ties with our neighbors in the region. Coming up next, sport news with Jidechi.
Welcome to the Sports Update. I am Jidechi Chidi. Now, all-time Olympic sprint gold medal winner Usain Bolt and his partner Cassie Bennett have announced the birth of their twin boys, Thunderbolt and St. Leo Bolt. Bolt revealed the news on Instagram with a Father's Day family photo showing a lightning bolt emoji next to each of his children's names in a caption without stating when the twins were born. Bennett also posted a shot of a couple posing with the twins and daughter Olympia Lightning Bolt, caption, "Happy Father's Day to my forever love at Usain Bolt. You are the rock of this family and the greatest daddy of our little ones. We love you, world without end," end of quote. Now, Bolt's first child, Olympia Lightning, was born in May 2020, but the name was announced only 2 months later. The 34-year-old, who won 8 gold medals at the 2008, 2012, and 2016 Olympic Games, will not be competing at the COVID-delayed Tokyo Olympics next month after retiring in 2017. Bolt is the fastest man in history, winning 23 major championship golds in a glittering career. And moving over to football, France forward Ousmane Dembele would miss the rest of the Euros 2020 after suffering a knee injury. Dembele came on as a second-half substitute during his team's 1-1 draw with Hungary on Saturday, but had to be replaced after 30 minutes. Now, according to a statement by the French Football Federation on Monday, Dembele had an X-ray at the Budapest hospital on Monday night. Recovery time is incompatible with him staying in the squad, that according to the statement. Now, world champions France play holders Portugal in their final group game on Wednesday, and their jump side lead Group F on 4 points after 2 games, one ahead of second place Germany and ahead of third place Portugal. And that's all for now on the Sports Update. Michael, it's back to you.
Thank you so much, Jidechi. Up next, business news. Nigeria recorded an increase in revenue from its solid minerals sector in 2019 as it earned 79.96 billion naira from the industry during the period. A data released on Sunday by the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative showed. Figures from NATI's 2019 audit report of the solid minerals sector showed that the 79.96 billion naira accruals to the Federation and other subnational entities was a 15% increase when compared to the 69.47 billion naira recorded in 2018. The 2019 earnings accounted for 16% of the total revenues of 496.28 billion naira that had accrued to the Federation from the sector over the period of 13 years, 207 the year to 2019, and was the highest since 2007 when NATI commenced a reconciliation of payments and the solid minerals sector. The Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, has warned that Nigeria's insecurity situation suppresses any progress made towards increased food production in bid to ease food inflation. The NESG disclosed this in its first quarter 2021 economic report released on Sunday. They urged the federal government to take various steps to tackle the insecurity in Nigeria, which has seen farmers get killed or refuse to go to their farms out of fear. The NESG added that improved agricultural production would be insufficient to ease inflationary pressures, except the issue of insecurity was addressed. Analysts at Financial Derivatives Company Limited, led by financial expert Bismarck Rewani, have said the planned introduction of a digital currency will deepen financial inclusion in the country. They said most central banks had indicated keen interest in developing their digital currencies in response to the threats and limitations of cryptocurrency, including poor regulation, price volatility, and facilitating illicit financial transactions. FDC, in a news report, said Nigeria is set to follow the global trend as it plans to launch its digital currency by year-end. Unlike crypto, digital currencies are regulated by central banks, thus giving them some level of control on the financial system. FDC further states virtual currencies would facilitate smooth financial transactions and eliminate bottlenecks associated with the use of cash, mutilated notes, forgery, cash handling charges, shortages. It will also deepen financial inclusion and increase the velocity of circulation. The World Bank has said Nigeria is likely to make 462 billion naira, the electronic money transfer levy, as a source of stable revenue in 2021. The multilateral institution said this in its Resilience Through Reforms report. According to the report, the EMT levy was introduced in the Finance Act 2020, which amended the Stamp Duty Act and taps into the growth in electronic funds transfer in Nigeria and can be administered at low cost. EMT levy is a singular and one-off charge of 50 naira on electronic receipts or transfer of money deposited in any deposit bank or financial institution on any type of account on sums of 10,000 naira or more. The revenue derived from the EMT levy is shared based on derivation and distributed at 15% to the federal government and federal capital territory and 85% to the state governments. Crude oil started the week bullish on strong indications of increased summer driving season in the U.S. and a pause in talks to revive the Iran nuclear deal that could indicate a delay in the resumption of supplies from Iran. The Brent and the U.S. oil have risen for the past 4 weeks as a result of positive news surrounding the pace of global vaccinations and an increase in summer travel. The rebound has pushed up spot premiums from crude in Asia and Europe to multi-month highs, as reported by investigating.com. Negotiations to revise the Iran nuclear deal paused on Sunday after Ibrahim Raisi won Iran's presidential election. The election could delay the nuclear deal as Iran has insisted that U.S. sanctions placed on the newly elected president be removed before an agreement is reached. A deal could see Iran exporting an extra 1 million barrels per day or 1% of global supply for more than 6 months from its storage facilities. The exchange rate between the naira and the US dollar closed at 411 per dollar and at the official investors' exporters window. Naira appreciated on Friday against the US dollar to close at 411 naira to $1 compared to 411.5 naira to $1 recorded on Thursday, 17th of June 2021. Also, the exchange rate depreciated at the parallel market to close at 498 naira per dollar compared to 493 naira per dollar recorded on Thursday. This represents a 5 naira drop after the previous trading day's significant gain. Up next is our entertainment news. Former housemate of Nigeria's popular reality TV show Big Brother Naija, Nina, has undergone plastic surgery. The reality TV star and mother of one took to her Instagram stories on Sunday, June the 20th, 2021, where she shared a photo of herself and the cosmetic surgeon. In another video, reality TV star Chloe, who has also gone under the knife, praised Nina's new body. It is reported that the reality TV star had her butt enlarged. Nina joins the growing list of female celebrities who have gone under the knife. Nollywood actress Bukola Adeyo has been receiving congratulatory messages from celebrity friends and fans on social media. A video showing the latest acquisition of the mother of one was shared online, and it revealed a beautiful building. The film star was later spotted in beautiful traditional wear, walking to her silver-colored car at the end of the season. Now, Yoruba actress Bukola Adeoyo is the latest celebrity house owner in the entertainment industry. The actress recently acquired a beautiful home worth millions of naira. On that note, we'll wrap it all up here on News Now. And on that note, that is it on News Now. You can follow us on our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channels for more updates. Till I come your way again, this is Michael Nath. Thanks very much for watching.